What is up, my little pretties? It's your mistress, the Queen of Lions here, and today, welcome back to another episode of Shadows and Pretties. Now, this is a very special episode because today is October 31st. Now, you guys probably already know what I mean by October 31st. It's Halloween. So, yeah, this is the 33rd episode of Shadows and Pretties, and I want to say Happy Halloween to you all that celebrate Halloween. I'm pretty sure some of you guys are probably not going trick-or-treating because of the pandemic. But I know some areas are still doing trick-or-treat. I know some people are doing drive-through trick-or-treat and etc. I guess they're just, low-risk areas. We're not going to say the name, though, because we already know what it is. So, with that being said, Happy Halloween to you all, to those who celebrate Halloween. But if you guys don't celebrate Halloween, I'm still gonna say Happy Halloween to you guys anyway, because, you know me, I love Halloween. So today is a very special episode, and in this episode, I'm gonna be talking about another Halloween movie. Now, just to let you guys know that I haven't, done Halloween. Not Halloween, but I haven't, seen this Halloween movie in, like, a really long time. But it is a pretty good movie, and that is called Monster House. Yes, it's a Monster House movie that came out in 2006, and it is a really well-made movie. It is what it is. I'm definitely going to say right now that I have not seen this movie in a very long time, but it is a really well-made movie. It is scary. It's amazing. I actually really enjoyed the movie being a really good one. Now, this one did have, pretty good voice actors, and I actually found the movie to be pretty amazing and really well done. So it has been nominated for, Academy Awards, Annie Awards, and Global Awards, and etc. Now, of course, to be completely honest, that there is also a Monster House video game that came out in 2006 for PlayStation 2, Game Boy Advance, and even Nintendo DS, along with Nintendo GameCube. So, with that being said, I am going to go on with the movie Monster House. Now, to be completely honest, I haven't seen this movie in like a really long time. So if I do forget something, please, I apologize for, if I mess up. So, anyways, with that being said, I hope you all enjoy this video. And just to warn you guys, I am going to spoil everything about Monster House. So if you guys have not seen the movie, I highly recommend you click off this video, go watch another of my movies, and, another of my videos, not movies, sorry. Watch my other videos, and if once you do see Monster House, come back and let me know what you thought of this movie. And I am going to guarantee you will not be disappointed once you see this movie. You are not going to be disappointed. I can definitely promise and guarantee you that. So, with that being said, let's get on with the movie, I guess, shall we? Alright, so Monster House is about the parents of a 12-year-old boy named DJ who goes on an errand for the weekend and leaving them in the care of their babysitter, Z. DJ has been spying on his elderly neighbor, Mr. Nebbercracker, who scares children away by confessing their belongings that lead to his front yard. So, after DJ's best friend, Chowder, loses his basketball on Nebcracker's lawn, DJ is caught by attempting to retrieve it and arranged by Nebcracker, who suffers a heart attack from overexerting himself and is taken away by an ambulance. So later that night, DJ gets a phone call from the house with no one there. So, basically, what's starting of this is, there are paranormal stuff going on. So, that's actually, a very good way to start off the Monster House movie. Now, just so you know that I have not seen this movie in a long time. I think I have seen it when I was younger, but I really don't remember. But if I do, mispronounce something, please let me know in the comments below, and don't hate me if I do that. So, I do apologize. That's just something I want to say right now before we go any further. So, anyways, let's continue on with this, shall we? And I do want to point out that right now that, with the Monster House, it really fits really well with the theme for Halloween. It's like a very well fitting for that. So, yeah. So, just to, I want to clarify. Sorry for the long brain fart, but, I just haven't seen the movie in a very long time. So, I really hope you guys can really understand. And I know most of you guys, can understand. So, alrighty. So, with that being said, so Z's boyfriend Bones sees that he lost his knife in the house in the front door, but it is devoured by the house while attempting to retrieve it. So DJ and Chowder investigate, but retreat when the house tries to attack them. Yes, they did not realize that the house is apparently a monster and is alive. Oh my goodness. This is when things get really interesting. I'm saying that right now. It's really, really interesting. And another thing that happens later on is that when that happens, of course, the next morning, the schoolgirl Jenny Bennett sells the Halloween candy and goes to the house. DJ and Chowder save her before she gets eaten. Of course, Jenny calls the police officers Landers and Lister, who do not believe in the trio because the house has been inactive when the adults are present. So, yeah. Kind of like Toy Story, when the kids or anybody is around, the toys are just staying still. They don't move at all when the adults or anything like that are present. It's kind of like Toy Story. And yes, it's like Toy Story a little bit when it comes to that. So, with that being said, since the trio consults a supernatural expert, Skolzigini, who then learns that the house is a rare monster who is created when a human soul merges with the man-made hold structure and that can only be killed by destroying its heart. Concluding the heart must be in the furnace, and they create to bring the dummy to attend the old medicine to the pharmacy. But before the dummy reaches the house, Landers and Lister thwart their plan and arrest them after Landers discovers the stolen medicine. So the house eats the two officers and their police car where DJ, Chowder, and Jenny have been shut. So after the house falls asleep, the three begin exploring in the basement, and they find a shrine containing the encased of cement body of the Nubcracker's late wife. Convinced of the giantness, the house attacks them, and they force to vomit them outside by grabbing its vulva, and the Nubcracker returns alive. Retrieving that the house has emerged with the Kunz's spirit as a young man, he meets the Kunzes of unwilling to member of circus freak show and fell in love with this despite their obesity and rescued from the circus. So one Halloween, as the children tormented due to their size, Constance tried chasing them away, but lost her footing and fell to death into unfinished basement. So that's basically what happens to Nubcracker's late wife, because she dies, obviously, which is kind of like I wouldn't say it's, as graphic as other deaths have done, but I could definitely say, cartoon really don't want to make the death too graphic, because it wouldn't, work a whole lot just to make something out. So, with that being said, Ed, let's continue on, shall we? So, unaware that Kunz's spirit that has made the house come alive, he drove everyone away in order to protect them. So DJ convinces the Nubcracker to let Kunz go, much to the house's anger, and it breaks free from its foundation and chases from the group. So, of course, later on, Nubcracker realizes the trouble and consents, and he has cause to attempts to blow the house with dynamite, but unfortunately it attacks him. And DJ ends up throwing the dynamite into the house's chimney, causing it to explode and release Kunz's ghost, who shares a dance with the Nubcracker before ascending to the afterlife. So Nubcracker thanks the trio for freeing him and his wife from being trapped inside. Jenny returns their toys for them. Chowder and DJ go trick-or-treating while they earlier felt too old for it. For those who were been eaten by the house, emerged from the basement. So, what a really good story I have to say that this was. This was a really well-made and really good story. I really have to say that Monster House was actually another really good Halloween movie. And it is a good Halloween movie for you guys who are, liking Halloween, like me. I highly recommend you check this out. Now, I am going to consider, rewatching this movie in the future, because I remember watching this back when I was a really young kid, and it was actually really well made. It was actually very interesting. I actually found the plot of it to be good. The concept was just flat out amazing. And the story itself is just amazing, people. I really like this story of how the whole thing went out. It was just flat out amazing. That's definitely a positive that I could definitely say why I like it. So, another reason why I'm gonna, explain this now is that this film was intentionally set up by at DreamWorks Animation Studios based on the pitch of the newcomer, but by 2004, the studio put the film into a turnaround to which Sony Pictures had picked up the project and began to work on August 24th for that year. Surprisingly, that DreamWorks was originally going to make this, but they turned it over to somebody else as they decided to do something a little different. I'm surprised that, this was not made by DreamWorks, because DreamWorks would really make a whole lot of money if they were the ones who made the movie. And if this movie did come out in 2004, that'd be really interesting to say the least. But 2006 was a pretty good year too, so I do have to say I could digress with that. So, later on, when the film is shot using performance capture, which is just actors performing the characters' movement lines while linked into sensors, and process of pioneered by Robert Zemeckis, who basically with the film, who directed the film The Polar Express, which that's going to be a Christmas movie I will talk about in another episode, which is a 3D version of the film, had a limited release, theatrical release in digital 3D and 2D. But it was also released projectically in 200 theaters equipped to the new digital 3D production. So, with the critical response, the film did pretty good based on the Rotten Tomato sites. It gives the film about 75% approval rating based on the 162 reviews, with the average about being 2.83 out of 10. So, of course, Monster House offers adults and children to alike the household for a smart and monstrous fan. So, basically, that's what it is about, and it's really amazing that this movie actually did pretty good. So, of course, with the scary natures and stuff like that, they were going to maybe put a PG-13 rating that would have been more appropriate than its PG rating. But of course, with the Monster House, they made it as more easier as they eventually did, and of course, that's another that's another video for another day. Well, I'm gonna say right now that in the box office, Monster House opened theatrically back in July 21st in 2006, alongside with Clerks 2, Lady in the Water, and even My Super Ex-Girlfriend, and grossed out about maybe almost over $20 million of its opening weekend, and ranking being the North American box office. The film ended with a spherical run back in October 2006, having it gross out almost just over $70 million domestically, and of course, almost $70 million overseas for worldwide. They grants about the production budget of $75 million. Surprisingly, this movie did a lot of great job, and it was really amazing and well made. So it was kind of the reason why Monster House being one of the good movies, but I definitely have to say, this movie actually did pretty good. Despite the fact that there was some controversies going on with certain movies and that, and other stuff, it's still really amazing, and it's a very well made movie to really take in. Because when I saw this movie as a kid, I actually really liked the movie, as it's actually one of my favorite movies of 2006. Yet again, I'm going to say there are other movies that came out in 2006, but this one did pretty good, and that is a definitely good positive that I do have to say for good positive feedback. Now, I'm going to say right now that if you really want to see this movie, feel free to check it out, and I highly recommend you do so, as the movie itself is really well made, really well detailed, and I love the animation of how the style went out on this. It was a really neat animation, and I really do have to say, you guys will not be disappointed once you see this. Once you see this movie, you are not going to be disappointed, because you guys are going to really enjoy this. So, with that being said, since I'm going to wrap up the review, if you guys are brand new to my channel, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, because I make brand new videos every single day. Don't forget to ring notification bells when I upload, so that you guys will not miss an upload. And as always, I'm going to be seeing you all in the next video, And to those who celebrate Halloween yet again, happy Halloween to you all. And I will still say happy Halloween anyway to those who don't celebrate Halloween. So with that being said, I'll be seeing you all in the next video. Thank you so much for watching this. Leave me know what your thoughts are down about this movie, Monster House, and let me know your thoughts and opinions. I would like to hear your thoughts and opinions down in the comments section down below. With that being said, I'll be seeing you all in the next video. Peace out, and I'll catch you all later, and happy Halloween!